honestly, the future of Warzone 2's DMZ mode is looking pretty bright. With the recently released information about the brand new map coming along with Season 2, Ashika Island, the community is pretty excited. And rightly so. But today we're going to be talking about something that's a little bit more dark. The clickbait title wasn't clickbait after all. Yes, the free-to-play game mode DMZ is getting paywalled content in Season 2. We're going to get into that with the blog post that was released today by Call of Duty, the Path to Season 2 DMZ update. So it starts off, hello DMZ community. It's been a thrilling first season of DMZ. The team at Infinity Ward has been watching and playing alongside us as we chase down the weapons case, hunt enemy squads and solve the mysteries of Building 21. But they wanted to share what's up and coming in Season 2, a little bit more detail about how DMZ is going to grow and how the ecosystem is going to evolve along with the experience. And first up, we're going to look at the locations. We're getting the brand new map, Ashika Island. It's coming to Warzone 2 as a resurgence map, a rebirth map, and also a DMZ exclusion zone. There are going to be much more to discover across this new exclusion zone. There is going to be new weapons cases, a brand new boss, the bomb maker, and locked and dangerous spaces to access and explore across the map. Obviously, much more coming mid-season. Building 21, which we saw with the release of Season 1 Reloaded, is still going to be here, and you're going to still need to get an access card from Al Mazrah or Ashika Island, and they can be found in SAM site crates, chopper boss crates, buy stations, and legendary loot boxes, the orange crates. So operators should be prepared for heavy resistance in Building 21. Recommended that you gear up before jumping on in there, because it is pretty crazy. Al Mazrah is going to get a bit of a refresh for DMZ, and there is going to be a crash site for an unknown aircraft in the Satik Caves complex. So this is going to be a new place to go and check out. There is fighting between White Lotus and Legion. It continues to rage on, and maybe the operators can take advantage of this inter-faction animosity. So maybe AI are going to start fighting each other. We'll have to see. Refresh and reset is the next up. Previously announced that the reset of faction missions will happen and there will be a refresh. This is where you're going to find out the exact details of that. So contraband weapons and inventory will be rolled back to starting weapons. That means they are gone. No contraband weapons and no keys. The key inventory will also be wiped. Faction missions and faction mission progress will be reset to make room for updated missions. But they did confirm last week that the insured slots won't be going away. So if you haven't unlocked them, you will need to restart your progress to unlocking them. But if you've already unlocked them, you're good. You're clear. They thought that the progression curve was a little bit too steep, and they're going to make it a lot easier for us to get those second and third unlock slots. The key stash will now be able to hold specific mission items that you need to gather from the exclusion zone. We're not sure exactly what state that's in, but it's going to allow them to have missions that go from maybe Al Mazrah to Ashika to Building 21. So we're going to get a lot more diversity, a lot more interplay and interconnectivity between the exclusion zones. And this is where it gets a little bit dark. There's a brand new faction, Crown. So this is a brand new set of missions. But the caveat is these missions are only available to, wait for it, Modern Warfare 2 owners. So if you've purchased Modern Warfare 2, you will get access to these exclusive brand new missions. And some will say this is pretty bad and pretty dark, and I'm inclined to agree with them. But if you look at it on the flip side, you're rewarded and you're getting extra content for the multiplayer game that you've already purchased. So if you, rather than looking at it with a negative spin, obviously it's bad if you haven't purchased it, but if you have purchased it, it's an extra reward. Let me know what you think in the comments. Should this be free to play for everyone, or should it be behind a paywall? Because it is quite polarizing. Right, next up, recently shared changes. So enemy tuning is going to happen. I'm going to skip the marketing speak, and essentially the devs have said that the AI combatants in the DMZ are still not to be taken lightly. They're going to have their range adjusted, their accuracy at the range adjusted, and they're also going to look at the spawn numbers and the spawn types. So you're not going to get a loader tier 3 that can beam you from 200 meters away. Spawn points across Al Mazrah are also going to be improved, so that this is going to ensure that you get a better set of loot or a better area to infill, because a lot of people were finding it pretty difficult to loot up and regain when they started in specific locations. The mission tuning and the difficulty is also going to be adjusted, as we discussed earlier, making it easy to complete tier 3 overall and all the way up to tier 5. And crashes obviously are going to be addressed. Obviously, this most painful form of crashing, maybe apart from a nuke, where you're going to lose all your contraband items by crashing in a DMZ. So hopefully they're going to continue to increase the stability of the game. Future seasons. So future seasons will be bringing new changes and new content to DMZ, but they are saying that they are not going to be wiping every season. So this isn't going to be an every season race to get missions done and get a refresh, but they're going to be exploring new ways and try different approaches as the seasons go on. So there'll be more to come on that in the future. So what do we do now? We wait another 2 weeks or so for the release of Season 2. There will be a blog post which I'll be covering, so make sure you're subscribed. That'll be in about a week's time. Drop a like on the video if you found this useful, and again, let me know in the comments what you think about this paywall content. Thanks for watching, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Peace out.